Grandmaster handicapper Joe Duffy of OffshoreInsiders.com. We've got a big Saturday in college football. Yeah, 30-plus years of winning. Certainly not the best start to college football season so far, but that's all right. You know that we always regress to the mean. The Grandmaster handicapper certainly going to have a big day today. Sweeping-wise, guy plays SEC total of the year. Among them, by the way, you might want to hurry. Quite a few winners at noon. If you're watching this afternoon, don't worry. We'll have a reduced price just for the nighttime portfolio. We do have some big nighttime plays, as I said. 13 winners in all. Been winning since 1988 on the score phones. All right, all kinds of information for this morning. First of all, these are the biggest public bets, the percentage of bets, which is often considered the square money. West Virginia, Tennessee, South Florida, Georgia. The biggest bets in terms of money. And yes, hi to Jamarian Green. Good morning to you. The biggest bets in terms of money, often considered to be the sharper bets. This is where the big money is going. Appalachian State, Mississippi State, Georgia, and Central Florida, which is my wife's alma mater. Completely irrelevant, but just felt like saying it. Now we do have a free pick from Joe Duffy's Picks at OffshoreInsiders.com, and that is to go with teams off a dominant rushing effort go under the next game at a very impressive 458 and 307 rate. Actually favors quite a few of our premium plays. Most of the premium plays, they're heavily corroborated with other information, but your free pick, that's not one of our premium picks, Oregon State, Nevada to go under the 68.5. Now, the single biggest line moves today at the bookmakers, including mybookie.ag, where you get the biggest bonus in the industry, whatever the biggest bonus is. Use the promo code Duffy, D-U-F-F-Y, mybookie.ag. Also a way to show your support for all this free information. These have been the biggest line moves based on the current line to the opening line. Well, the opening line of the current line, I should say. NC State opened up at -2.5 to West Virginia. They're now getting 3.5. Note, we did say the percentage of bets was on West Virginia, the biggest percentage. New Mexico -8 to New Mexico State. That's how they open. Now down to -3. Baylor opened up a pick to Duke. Now they're -4. Texas Tech -3 to Houston. Now +1.5. Arkansas State opened up at -2.5 to Tulsa. They're now +2.5. South Florida -8 to Illinois. Now at -12. Minnesota opened up at -16 to Miami, Ohio. Now -12. And yes, Jamarian Green does ask a good question. And yes, thank you for the various good mornings. Let me add this to the broadcast. Jamarian Green, what is actually the meaning of a line move? It is objective. And even that, you could maybe argue it's somewhat subjective because different people use different guides for where the opening line is. This we use wherever the first place in Las Vegas or offshore where you could legally place a bet, or where you could place a bet, the first public line out there, what it opens up and what it currently is. Now, line moves, as a handicapper, we have to evaluate. Why did the line move? Is it because of injury information? Is it because of sharp information? Maybe it's even because of weather information, but it is comparing whatever the current line is to where it opens. So it is, a lot of people would consider, if it's not a result of an injury, a lot of people consider the opening line to be a power line. A lot of people like betting against line moves. And for the most part, that is a very good strategy because you're pitting the odds maker's knowledge against the public's knowledge. But there are, again, other reasons. It could be because of injury information. It could be more. And, yeah, there is legitimate sharp information. Look, one of the handicappers, there's only about a dozen or so handicappers out there who I have complete faith in. And one of the best out there when it comes to totals, Right Angle Sports, the guy Edwin Golden, and their picks used to move the total substantially, and they are legitimate sharp information. So that was because of sharp information. But too many people chased him The reality is you would get great middles. If you bet the total when they released it and then bet against the huge line move, you would make a ton of money. Now, the odds makers kind of realized they were overreacting, and then they wouldn't move it quite as much. But yeah, there's a lot of reasons why a line can move, but we do want to list the biggest line moves out there. So yeah, it is literally that simple. Nothing all that complicated about it. You're comparing what the first bettable line was in either Las Vegas or offshore to what the current line is. So, Jamarian Green, I do hope that I answered that question. Like I said, I'm not going to put 30-plus years in the business. I will not put my reputation on the line by sending you to a craptastic sports book. Any single sports book that I do send you to, believe me, I recommend them from personal experience. I recommend them from my clients, some big-time clients that I have sent to those sports books. And look, I've been in this industry forever. I know the people that run these sports books. I know who are true businessmen and who are the true scammers and whatnot. And yes, I do use the public. There are a couple legitimate sources out there that are kind of the consumer reports for gamblers that are legitimate too. So it has to be heavily corroborated. Every single sports book on OffshoreInsiders.com is one of the top sports books in the world. All right, for the best winners, visit OffshoreInsiders.com. Not only Joe Duffy's picks, but some very sharp moves. The greatest technical handicapper out there when it comes to trends and whatnot, Stevie Vince. And then, of course, the highest-rated plays from the highest-rated sports services in their highest-rated sports on the Master Lock line, which goes back to 1980 on the Score phones.